Hey everyone, thank you for joining me today. Let's see how this week has gone.
And the dragon's just sitting on the top. He's like, this one? It's like, this one right here. He's like poking him in the eye. Nothing is happening. He's like, this one right here, like that. The wife's like, he's trying to get him off his face.
Is he currently stunned because there's a dragon on?
So I worked pretty hard on that intro. I hope you guys like that. That's something I'm going to be keeping up for quite a while. And if you guys don't like it, or if you think that it needs to be changed in any way, you just let me know and I'll take care of that. So last week I asked you guys if there's one thing you could change about school, what would it be? And I got a lot of interesting things from y'all. A lot of people were talking about the food, and a lot of people were talking about getting an open campus. Someone said something about locks on the bathroom doors. I'm not sure what that's about. I wanted to share what my one thing was going to be that I wanted to change about our school. See, if there's one thing you could change about school, what would you change?
I would change the rodent problem and get rid of all the pets that are in our school.
And I thought it was pretty funny how that's not something I really thought about. I always just thought that it's an old building and stuff like that happens. But one thing I wanted to change was I wanted to hit that one thing that I thought was going to be the most useful, and it's something that we're actually doing this year. In pretty much every school that I know, except for the ones around our district, those schools have what's called like a study hall. And in my case, it was called a seminar. I know some people have it called like a flex period or an advisory period. And what that is this is a time for you to complete schoolwork in school, to get tutoring during the school time, to go to assembly, to go to meetings, to meet with your teachers, and just to have that stress-free time where you get to get work done. And to me, that was probably like one of the most useful things that I had in my school environment. And that's something that I really, really want for you guys. I don't think it's really useful to have 8 periods, because if you think about it, students have 8 periods throughout their each semester throughout their entire student career. And then what happens is you need 26 credits or 27 credits to graduate. I think it's 26 or 27 credits to graduate. I'll double check that. If you're getting 8 credits a year, you're ending up with 32 credits. So that's what happens when these seniors are actually having 7 classes that they don't really need. And to me, I feel like that's a huge waste of time, especially since we don't have like a work program where seniors can go off campus and complete a job and get paid if that's what they want to do, and just come to school for a couple of class periods. But what I'm saying is, if we took off one of these class periods, if we took off your 8th period and left you with 7 classes, and instead of going through 8 classes in 2 days, you still went through like 8 kind of like periods, but one of those classes was your seminar class where you get to take care of anything. By the time you're a senior and by the time you're graduating, you will still end up with enough credits to graduate. You would end up with 28 credits. And what that means is you really only have an opportunity. It's not really an opportunity. You shouldn't be failing your classes, but you really only have the opportunity to fail 1 or 2 classes. And in my opinion, you should be trying to get those classes taken care of your first time around. But I think 1, it makes your classes more important, and 2, that it gives you a little bit more stress-free during the school day. I know that a lot of people are kind of hung up about homework or going to tutoring. They have a job, they can't do this. And in my opinion, I think those are fair. Those are fair reasons. Like, you still have stuff that you have to take care of in your own life, and if I don't want school to get in the way of that. Not to say that you shouldn't be doing some learning on your own. I think that that's kind of the reason why I assign homework, is to help you give you a structured time to pursue this learning and this criteria, the mathematics or whatever, on your own. That's the one thing that I would change. Let's see what Isaac said. All right, Isaac, if you could change one thing about the school, what would you change?
I'll add an extra study hall so the students could finish their classwork or missing assignments.
All right, cool. And I didn't coach him at all, so that's exactly what he said. Those were his own words. He didn't have any idea what I was going to say. But a lot of people, they complained about the school schedule, and a lot of y'all said, like, we have a really weird schedule. We don't know when study hall is coming, so we can't prepare for it. So then when study hall comes, I don't have any of the work to do. And so I'm going to try to tell you guys when study halls are, and let you guys know that, hey, this is coming up. So, bring something to do during that time, a project or whatever. And then the other thing is, a lot of people were saying how they wanted, on our second point, a lot of people were saying how they wanted 8 periods in a day. And let me tell you how stressful that can be. 45 minutes, 8 periods in a day, that can be okay. There's several things that are bad about it. One, it really decreases the time for you to get into depth with certain material, because that lesson just stops, and you really have to keep a lot more information in your head. Whereas if it was 4 periods every day and you just flip-flopped, then you would go through and you'd be able to really get into depth with whatever material. You only have to worry about 4 things every day. Now, from my teacher end, what I'm trying to tell you guys is that for me, it could be really stressful and really tiring to see 175, 180 students or more every single day. To me, that would be really exhausting. That's a lot of names to remember. If I only have to remember 100 names and then flip-flop that every single day, that's pretty good. I'm not saying that's what I do. I know everyone's names. So in that regard, there's a lot of research about the benefits of having 4 periods and then flip-flop on like every other day. And I think that's what we should go to. We kind of sorta had it last year, but I think we just need to go to a firm 7 period and a seminar schedule with 4 periods every day, and just split our time with that. I think if we do that, we could even shorten our school day or increase our time for lunch, and really follow through on getting you more time in school, whereas making it feel like it's less time. So I really want to know what more thoughts you guys kind of have. If you like my idea, if you don't like my idea, leave it in the comment below, and let's see what we could come up with, and if there's anything better that we could do. Let me know. I hope that you guys have a great weekend and that you're staying safe and that you're doing some learning. My name is Mr. Hernandez. Keep working hard. Stay safe.